Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my 2022 World Cup predictions. So the 2022 World Cup begins Sunday, November 20th with host nation Qatar playing against Ecuador. So starting off with my predictions in Group A, which consists of Ecuador, the Netherlands, Senegal, and the host nation Qatar. At the top of Group A, I have the Netherlands. They're back in the World Cup after missing the 2018 World Cup, but in the previous two they made the final and then the semifinals in 2014. They get an easy group. I have Netherlands advancing at 3-0. Second in Group A, I have Ecuador. I have them finishing 1-1-1. So they have a very young team. They play very good defense, but they do have trouble scoring. And now they have a favorable group, so I do think they should be able to advance to knockout stages. And I have Ecuador advancing at 1-1-1. Third place in Group A is Senegal. So they aren't amazing, but I do think they're slightly better than host nation Qatar. And Senegal is also without star striker Sadio Mane, who will miss the World Cup with a leg injury, and that will greatly impact their offensive production. Senegal finishes third in Group A at 0-2-1, but if they had Mane, they'd probably finish above Ecuador. And at the bottom of Group A, it could go three directions. I could really see Ecuador, Senegal, or Qatar finishing at the bottom of Group A, but I'm going with Qatar. We really don't know a ton about them, and all their players play in Qatar, so that's a good reason why we don't know a bunch about them. But I have Qatar at 0-1-2. Moving on to Group B, that consists of England, the United States, Iran, and Wales. So at the top of Group B, I'm going to go with England. They're the clear favorite here. And now, they're really the only team I could see winning this group. It would take a major upset for England to not win this group. I have England winning all three group stage games, finishing 3-0-0. So second place in Group B comes down to Wales and the United States for me. I can see it going either way. I'm going to go with the United States. I think they have the potential to make a run in this World Cup. They are young but inexperienced. And they're going to need to make some big moves, like either a draw or win against Wales would be huge. Really a win for them against Wales would really put them over the edge into that 2 spot. But they do have some holes in their roster, like goalie, central defense, and striker. But I do think they're going to be able to advance out of Group B as they go 1-1-1 and advance over Wales. So Wales is my third team, and they are very experienced. They have the experience factor over the United States, and it's going to be a huge match between the United States and Wales to really determine who comes out of Group B at that second spot. But I have Wales also at 1-1-1, but I have the United States advancing on goal differential, Wales finishing third. And at the bottom of Group B, that leaves Iran. We really don't know a ton about them, and I don't really think they're going to be that good this World Cup, and I don't really think they're going to go that far. They finish 0-0-3. Moving to Group C, that consists of Argentina, Mexico, Poland, and Saudi Arabia. So at the top, it's pretty clear. It's Argentina. Like in Group B, Argentina is the clear favorite in Group C, and it would be a massive upset if they were to lose and not finish the top spot in Group C. So behind Argentina in Group C, by the way, I have Argentina going 3-0-0. But second in Group C, it comes down to Poland and Mexico for me. So these two teams have been opposites lately in the World Cup. Mexico's advanced out of the group stage in the last 7 World Cups, whereas Poland has not advanced past the group stage in the last 3. So I think that trend's going to continue. Mexico moves on at 2-0-1. Poland finishes at third at 1-0-2. And that leaves Saudi Arabia for the 4th spot, and they finish 0-0-3. Then Group D, that consists of Australia, Denmark, France, and Tunisia. So, Group D is between Denmark and France. I'll give the edge to France here because they have several superstars, and I think they're a little bit better than Denmark, but Denmark has beaten France twice in the past calendar year. Now, something to note for France is they're not 100%, as they are without midfielders Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante. But they're a very deep team, so they're going to be able to get out of the group as the winners of Group D at 2-1-0. So that leaves Denmark for the 2nd spot. And now, Denmark, as I said, they could definitely be the 1st spot here in Group D. I think they're a very good team. And I definitely think they're going to advance. So, Denmark at the 2nd spot finishes 2-1-0. And then the 3rd and 4th spot between Tunisia and Australia, that could go either way. I'll take Tunisia at 3. Australia at 4. Both teams finish 0-1-2. Moving to Group E, That consists of Japan, Costa Rica, Germany, and Spain. So at the top of that, it's either going to be Germany or Spain. I'm going to go with Spain, but I could definitely see that one going either way. Spain does have concerns defensively, but I'm going to take them advancing out of the group, winning Group E at 2-1-0. Second is Germany. So I also have them at 2-1-0, but I have Spain advancing on goal differential. So Germany is a team that really hasn't been able to put away good teams. They've been able to play with good teams. They're a very good team themselves, but they just have not been able to completely finish off good teams. And now they do have a big advantage in net with Manuel Neuer as their goalie, which is a advantage over almost every team. So Germany is coming off a disappointing World Cup. They failed to advance out of the group stage. So I don't think they're going to have a second disappointing World Cup in a row. So I'll go with Germany finishing second behind Spain. Third, I'll go with Japan. So they have the ability to advance out of the group stage. They got a very difficult group, and I have Japan finishing 1-0-2. And that leaves Costa Rica for the fourth spot in Group E. They're relying way too much on goalkeeper Keylor Navas, and they had to get past New Zealand in an extra qualifying game just to make it in. So I have Costa Rica finishing in the group stage, not winning at all, going 0-3. Group F is consisting of Belgium, Croatia, Canada, and Morocco. So this group has the potential to be wild, with Belgium, Croatia, and Canada all having the ability to advance out of the group stage. Even Morocco can make some noise, but obviously only two teams can advance. So atop Group F, I'm going to go with Belgium. They're still a very talented team, and even though their golden generation has gotten older, I still think they're going to do enough to get the win and finish at 2-1-0 in Group F, finishing atop that group. Then I have Croatia in second. So they're coming off a big run in the 2018 World Cup 4 years ago, where they made a run to the final. They've gotten older, but they're very experienced. I think the expectations for Croatia this World Cup are set just a little too high after the run to the final last World Cup, but I do think they're going to be able to make it out of the group at 1-1-1. Third, I have Canada. They were great in qualifying, and now I think they could be a potential sweeper pick for the World Cup, but they were drawn into such a difficult group. I think it's going to be difficult for them to advance, and they're going to finish at 0-2-1. And that leaves Morocco at fourth place. And now, don't sleep on Morocco. They're a good team. I have them finishing 0-1-2, but it's just a difficult draw for them. But Morocco at fourth in the Group F. Moving to Group G, that consists of Cameroon, Brazil, Switzerland, and Serbia. So in the 2018, Brazil, Switzerland, and Serbia were also both in the same group. It repeats here in Qatar in 2022. So at the top of Group G, it's pretty obvious it's Brazil. They're one of the most talented teams in the world, and of course in the World Cup. And now, they were fantastic in qualifying, and I think that's going to carry over as they're going to get the win of Group G, winning all of their games, going 3-0-0. Second place is between Switzerland and Serbia here. So Switzerland has been somewhat underrated in the international level, and I think they're going to get the second place finish here over Serbia. But something to watch for Switzerland is goalkeeper Jan Sommer is dealing with an ankle injury. He is on the roster, but might not be 100%, but I have Switzerland advancing at 2-0-1. So that leaves Serbia at third and Cameroon at fourth. So Serbia is a very talented group. I have them going 0-1-2, but I could definitely see them advancing. And fourth is Cameroon. They're another team that I think will finish at the bottom of the group, but maybe have the ability to make some noise in the group stage. And Cameroon finishes at 0-1-2 and fourth in Group G. Group H is the final group, which consists of Ghana, Portugal, South Korea, and Uruguay. So at the top, it is between Portugal and Uruguay for me. So I'm going to go with Uruguay. They've been more consistent at the international level. But I mean, obviously Portugal's got that difference maker in Ronaldo. But Ronaldo and Portugal have been somewhat inconsistent at the international level. So I have Uruguay at first in Group H at 2-1-0. Portugal at second at 1-1-1. Then South Korea at third. And that obviously leaves Ghana for fourth. But South Korea made some noise in the group stage last World Cup where they upset Germany. But I have South Korea finishing 0-2-1 this World Cup. And fourth, we have Ghana. They had a big win in a friendly over Switzerland a little while ago, but I have them finishing with a 0-1-2 record. So moving to the round of 16 and the knockout stages, starting off we have the Netherlands against the United States. So this is a game I could see going either way. Both sides missed the World Cup in 2018 and would obviously like to make a memorable run this season, or this World Cup to make up for that. But obviously only one club can come out victorious. I'm going to take the Dutch here, but I would love if the United States were to advance, especially rooting for the United States this World Cup, because I do live in the United States, for those of you that don't know that. Up next, we have Argentina against Denmark, so this could be a really good one. So I think Denmark is another sleeper team, but I think Argentina is the more well-rounded team, the more talented team, and they'll advance to the semifinals. Sorry, the quarterfinals. Moving on, we have Croatia against Spain. So we saw this matchup in the Euros, in the knockout stages as well. It was a great game. I think it's going to be another great match. Spain won that game. I think they're going to get the win here as well. They're not as experienced, but I think they're a little bit more talented, as Croatia is a little bit older. So I'll take Spain to advance there. Then Brazil against Portugal. So Portugal has been inconsistent, as I mentioned before, and now they face arguably the best team in the tournament in Brazil. And there isn't really a way I see Portugal advancing over a extremely talented team like Brazil. So I'll take Brazil over Portugal here. Up next, we have England against Ecuador. So Ecuador is great defensively, but they face an elite goal scorer in Harry Kane of England. And I think England's just going to be too good and too much for Ecuador to handle here, especially with Ecuador having trouble scoring. But I wouldn't really give Ecuador a chance here because, as I said, they could even finish in the bottom of Group A. You really just have no idea with that group. It's kind of wide open for 2, 3, and 4. But I'll take England advancing. Moving on, we have France against Mexico. So France is the defending champion, and while they don't have every single player here for their World Cup run due to injury, this is not the greatest Mexico team. And I think France will be able to advance to the quarterfinals with a win over Mexico. Up next, we have Belgium against Germany. So this is a big game. I could see it going either way. So, as I said before, Germany has struggled to put away good teams, and I think that could leave the door open for Belgium. And I think Belgium will seize that opportunity and come out on top with the win. And our final round of 16 game, we have Uruguay against Switzerland. So this is another game I could see going either way. It's a true coin flip for me, but I'll take the Swiss advancing. Moving on to the quarterfinals. Starting off, we have Argentina against the Netherlands. So the Netherlands are a very good squad, but they face one of the best in Argentina here and Lionel Messi. So I could see the Netherlands getting the win, but I think it would be very unlikely as Argentina is just way too talented. I think it would be a close, fun, entertaining back and forth game, but I'll take Argentina advancing. Moving on, we have Brazil against Spain. So this is another game I think is going to be very, very good. I think all 4 of these games have potential to be really good. But I think Brazil is a very deep team. They're going to make a deep run this tournament, and it's not going to end in the quarterfinals, as they'll advance past Spain. Moving on, we have England against France. So this is going to be another great game. And now, remember, France does have some key injuries, especially in the midfield area, but I do think they're going to be able to just barely squeak past England here. But this is another game I could see going either way. And finally, in the quarterfinal stage, we have Belgium against Switzerland. So this is the easiest game for me to pick. I'll take Belgium here. They're just too talented to lose here if they get past Germany. So now, I can see them losing in the round of 16, but if they go to face either Uruguay or Switzerland in the quarterfinals, I wouldn't see them losing. I'd see them advancing to the semifinals. So I'll take Belgium advancing. Moving on to the semifinals, we have Argentina against Brazil. So 2 South American rivals have played some great games. Argentina has not lost in 38 matches or since 2019, and that includes either beating or tying with Brazil several times. Now, for Brazil, they haven't lost in 15 matches. The last time they lost was to Argentina in Copa America. So now, this is a true coin flip for me. I think these are the 2 best teams in the tournament. I'll take Brazil advancing with the slight edge over Argentina. And the other semifinal game... sorry, I accidentally clicked on England here. It's supposed to be France. So Belgium against France. So another great semifinal, but I think it's going to get overshadowed by the other semifinal. Even though Belgium's golden generation is older, I think this is where the injuries to the French midfield hurt them, and I'll take Belgium advancing to the World Cup final. So now, there's no third place game on this bracket, but I'm going to predict it anyway, which would be France against Argentina. So as I said before, I think Argentina is one of the two best teams in the World Cup, and I think they're going to get the win here in the third place game over France, but it would not shock me if France took home third place. And the World Cup final, we have Brazil against Belgium. This is another game we actually saw last World Cup in 2018. So Belgium is just a little bit too old here. Their golden generation is still their golden generation, but I think they're going to be one step behind an outstanding Brazilian team, which I think is the best team in the world right now, the best team in the tournament. They've outscored their opponents 40-5 in World Cup qualifying, which is an unbelievable stat, and I think Brazil will take home the World Cup. So those are my 2022 World Cup predictions. I thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know who you have winning the World Cup. If it's Brazil, is it Argentina, is it someone else? But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I do my best to post as often as possible. Turn on notifications so don't miss any of the upcoming videos. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.